Hello, it's lexingtonmpi back with another video, and today we're talking about, guess what, Ampleforth again. Yes, I'm on a roll with Ampleforth. I'm very excited about my Ampleforth fourth airdrop. Yeah, so now I'm talking about the price. Where's the price going? Is it going up? Is it going down? Is it going sideways? Are we going to get rich? Is it going to go to the moon? All answered shortly. So, let's take a look at the graph on Ampleforth. So as you saw, it came out the gate from what we have on CoinMarketCap. What I like to do is I like to switch to the trading view graph. This gives you what I think is a nicer graph. So let me change that to the 1 hour chart. Let's just take a look at the price action. So it came out the gate at 33 and then it went all the way up to a peak of 59 there 3 days after the launch of the coin. So there we go. And then it went down and essentially we had a descending price action there. It bottomed out at around 33. It came back up a little bit and we're kind of the lowest price we've seen is 31, which has been interesting. So, you know, obviously good time to sell around here, and the price continued to go down. So let's just talk about the price action you're going to get. Well, first of all, let's be clear on the date, the time frame. This is from the 23rd to the 29th. This is only 6 days, so not a lot of history here to be looking at. So first of all, it's an airdrop, right? So people are sat there minding their own business, and all of a sudden, out of the sky, somewhere between, from my understanding, 50 and 500 FROTH tokens were dropped into people's wallets. So that is somewhere between $4,000 and $40,000. Good money for literally doing not a lot other than holding a token in your wallet. So naturally, some people go, amazing. You've just given me 6 grand, 20,000, 30,000. I'm going to sell that and buy a Lambo. Not quite, probably a used Honda, but yeah, they sell it and cash out, which makes total sense for some, right? If you're not overly attached to the cryptocurrency, overly attached to the concept of FROTH or Ampleforth as a whole, and someone's just giving you 6 grand, 10 grand, 30 grand, you cash out, you win, you run off, and you go, good luck to the rest of you. And if you sold soon after it came out, you're laughing really. So that makes sense. So I'm trying to do a price prediction here. I'm going to try and have a look at where do I think this is going to go. So what I did is I thought, let me take a look at some other airdrops that took place that are similar to the Ampleforth governance token and see what their price action looked like. So Uniswap is the most obvious comparison, simply because it was very similar. It was a random airdrop that took place into everyone's wallet, and it's a governance token for the Uni decentralized exchange. Now, one big thing I want to mention is that I don't think Ample is going to be ever as big as Uniswap. Uniswap is currently the 9th biggest cryptocurrency in the world. Let's have a quick look here. What is the market cap of... what is the market cap? One second, bear with me. Where can I get the market cap? Oh, here we go. Market cap of currently 20 billion. Pretty immense stuff, right? But it's the biggest decentralized exchange on, currently. So massive use case for it. Even if Ampleforth does its thing and, does go to the moon, do I see it being a top 10 crypto? Maybe. I doubt it. I can see it being a top 100, I can see it being maybe, top 50, maybe. Top 50 I could see. Top 10? Yeah. You're not going to convince me of that. But let's take a quick look at what happened, in the first 6 days of Uniswap launching, right? So let's have a look here. So it launched on what was that, the 17th of September? And where was and it went up. Does that look familiar? Similar to what happened to Ampleforth there. And then it kind of went and descending wedge downwards, right? And then let's have a look for 2017 to, yeah. And that's what we've essentially seen with Ampleforth. Now, why is that, right? So obviously it launches, the prices are at it, there's not much liquidity, fine. And then essentially people claim their coins and sell them, which is why you see that downwards trend, right? You have tons of people who've literally got free money, they've not invested anything. So, any price point is profit. It goes down to 1 cent, it's still profitable, a trade, right? So there isn't that natural supply and demand of people buying in and having bought at X price and want to sell at a higher price and, and whatnot. For people who've just received their tokens, any price is profit. So people just sell, they cash out. It's free money. Thanks, bye. I'm going to go and spend that. So pretty normal, right? So, went up quickly and then it trended downwards. So if we zoom out again, right, and just take a look at that, you had a long consolidation period, and actually it bottomed out. It took from the 17th of September, it bottomed out essentially about 7 weeks later. So 7 weeks later, it bottomed out. Was that $3 ish? No, $2.20. When it hit a peak of 14 on day one. That I'm going to somewhat ignore. So I'm going to do here around 7. And then it came down to 2. I actually got my 400 free uni tokens and then sold at, I think it was 4. Not all of them. I think about 3/4. I've held the rest till now actually, so I've done it okay. But you hear that sell off, and then what I'd call the accumulation phase, right? This is a time to buy up. And then what we saw is an uptick, and it went from that 2 to 32, 16x in the space of what? 5 months? Good returns if you can get them, right? So selling pressure, obviously, from the free tokens. And it takes time for everyone to sell the tokens, and that's what you have there. You have that accumulation where people are selling the tokens up, and then once the majority of people have sold who want to sell, the rest are holding, right? If you've received the tokens and it's month two now, you're a holder. You're holding these now. You're waiting for it to go back up, and then it kind of had that bright discovery, and then this is it now. Basically, we're seeing Uniswap hit crazy highs. Let's take a look at comp. Similar governance token that was launched. Look at that. Look at that graph. Exactly the same. Let's look at trading view. I prefer those graphs. So let's go back to the beginning. Here it's slightly different because essentially we had like a sell-off, a peak, then a sell back down again, but not too dissimilar though. You kind of have crazy price action initially because there's not much liquidity in that market, right? But essentially you have it sell off, right? So if you look from there to there, you essentially have a sell off. As I said, initial sell off, it came back up again, and then crashed back down again, and then you had that accumulation phase, and then we head back up. So it went from the start of 260 to 600. Not as crazy as Uniswap, but you see that shape there, right? That crazy action to begin with, the sell off, and then the rise. So let's have a look. Comp is, what number is it? It's number 43, right? Number 43. With a market cap of, let's have a look here. What's the market cap? 3 billion comp tokens, right? 3 billion comp tokens. It's got a circulating supply of 5 million, and a max supply of 10 million. Interesting. Okay, cool. So what we're going to do, I'm going to take a look at that, and we're going to compare that to Ampleforth. And what my aim is, I want to assume that Ampleforth hits a market cap of 1.5 billion. Yeah? Which puts it, half of that puts it where number 80 potentially on coin market cap as far as cryptocurrencies go. And what sort of price does that give us, right? Just some quick maths on that one and take it from there. So taking a quick look at the numbers, I prepared this one earlier, as you can see.
I took the comp market cap, divided it in two essentially, and gave it a one, and gave the projected market cap for FROTH at 1.5 billion. And then I assumed a circulating supply of around 10 million. That's going to include the fact that not all of the coins will be claimed. Some will go back to the project and be kept by the owners, and therefore will not be in circulation. So I assume that only 10 million will be in circulating supply. And then the quick maths that needs to be done is essentially the projected market cap divided by the circulating supply, which gives us a value of $150 per coin, which isn't bad, which is about 5x from the current price now. Now let's adjust the circulating supply slightly. Let's assume it's, I'm going to be a bit more pessimistic and assume that we're going to have a higher circulating supply, and we're going to have a market cap of say what, 1.2 billion. There we go. You end up with $100 a coin. That's kind of a worse, lower end of the band scenario for me, which is where actually have more circulating supply and actually less than half of the current market cap of comp. And that's actually making assumptions in a static market. That's assuming the cryptocurrency space doesn't grow in the next 5-6 months, a year. Because actually, if essentially I'm staying consistent here and I'm saying that the FROTH market cap will maintain at a 0.5 of comp's market cap, essentially the FROTH market cap will always be half of comp's market cap. As the cryptocurrency space increases in value and therefore comp increases in value, then we could expect to see a 1.7, potentially, So as you can see that this is very back of a receipt mathematics calculation set, but it gives an idea of the potential of the coin if it were to get adopted and increase in value to half of that of what comp is now, placing it somewhere in the top 100 of cryptocurrencies, given the current state of the cryptocurrency market. So that's kind of my predictions. Between $100 and $150 a coin is essentially what I'm looking at, which is essentially between 5 and 7x from the current price. But yeah, that's LexMPI's prediction. I look forward to be proved wrong, and I'll say wrong. I hope it goes to 300 a coin instead. But that's my prediction. I'll definitely be doing a follow-up video in months' time, and we can revisit my math calculation and see whether FROTH is anywhere near those numbers. Now, as far as time horizon, I'd say 6 months. We need 6 months, 6 to 9 months before we can, around December, January next year is when I'll probably be expecting to see the price to have hit those sort of levels. It takes a little bit of time for everyone who's claimed their tokens to sell off. We need to get that selling pressure out of the market. We're still here. Once that selling pressure is relieved and has let off a little bit, then hopefully we start to see some price appreciation for all of you guys who are holding strong on your FROTH tokens. Now, once again, the classic pun, let the FROTH be with you. Please like and subscribe. And in the last video I saw lots of discussion. Good to see some debate. But yeah, talk to you guys soon. LexMPI. Have a nice day. Bye.